Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the week of reviews with our look at Neil Young's 1993 album Lucky 13, which was released on January 6th of 1993, and it is the last album in Neil's contract with Geffen Records. Neil, along with the other artists that were signed to Geffen they were highly dissatisfied with their treatment while on Geffen Records, and Neil was no exception. And um, this, like I said in the coming reviews video on Sunday, could be called the 80s version of Decade, not only because it deals with the 80s portion of his catalog, but because it contains outtakes from the 80s. And as far as the record itself goes, it starts in 1982 with songs from Trans, and goes all the way up to 1988 with one song from This Note's For You. And we'll get to the outtakes in a second. But the versions of Transformer Man and Sample and Hold, I think, are the single versions, while the album versions on Trans were considerably longer. Now, as far as the outtakes go, there is an outtake recorded during the sessions for Old Ways called Depression Blues that didn't make it on Old Ways. And this has always been one of my favorite songs. As a matter of fact, I think for a later song, I can't remember which, Neil slipped some lyric fragments from Depression Blues into that song, but I can't remember which song it was. Now, as far as the live outtakes go, there are a couple of Shocking Pinks outtakes, one of which is one of my favorite Neil Carr songs called Get Gone, which was recorded during the Trans tour of 1980, or during the solo Trans tour of 83. And what he would do is basically play a solo set, and then the Shocking Pinks would come out and do a set of 50s rock and roll. And another one of my favorites is a song that Neil would later transform into a Blue Notes number for the This Note's For You tour of 87 and 88, called Don't Take Your Love Away From Me. The version that's on Lucky 13 is more in the rock and roll vein, and the version that's on a live record called Blue Note Cafe, which we'll be covering during the This Note's For You review, is more rhythm and blues based. And on a side note, when we do cover the This Note's For You album, we will make that a review series and cover Blue Note Cafe as well. And there is, to close out the record, there is a live version of This Note's for You that I believe what is the same version that's on Blue Note Cafe, if I'm not mistaken. So overall, I really enjoy this record, and I hope you will too.